I'll have time to talk to you later, I promise, about what happened at the end of the last video. You're gonna want to use some strong attacks against him. Take him out as quickly as humanly possible. The longer this game lasts for, the more trouble you're in. And I suggest using 2 different types of attacks against him, because I have no idea if Holy works, and I have no idea if the other thing works, so how awkward that he has done this. I'm hoping that I'll have time to revive all of my characters. But yes, he does some really strong attacks if you let the battle go on for too long. And I'm in a good position here because basically I'm so close to I'm doing so well in terms of how many characters are still left. Throw whatever you like at him at this point. By the way, you're not going to need any of this stuff after this battle, but yeah, I've got all of my other characters are still alive. I've managed to make it through the first 3 movements, as it were, with these characters. So that's one advantage that I've got. So yes, you press D if you're using a keyboard to make all of your characters basically be healed. I don't know what it is on something other than the D-pad, the emulator. When it's not on the emulator, I don't know what button you press, but you press D otherwise. And there we go! That was so easy. See, he doesn't become hard unless you wait. Now, if I had waited another few turns, I would have been in so much trouble, but he is an absolute cinch. So yes, I suppose I ought to explain about the last episode. Unfortunately, a couple of minutes of footage got cut off because my recording software got to the point where it automatically cuts out after an hour and a half. I cut out about an hour's footage of me dying and restarting again. As you know, the editing was a bit messy, but never mind. So yes, and there's no way for me to get that back because I don't have that saved. And I was lucky enough to get through it once, so I'm not restarting from scratch. So yes, you missed a couple of minutes of footage there. But basically I just kept on using Ultimate and Chainsaw and stuff like that. And that's all I did. Nothing special. I'm hoping that I managed to show you. Ignore what it's saying, there's no time to do, because you have as much time as you want to read this. But yeah, I basically kept on using strong attacks like Chainsaw and Phantom Rush, and that's how I got through it. And you really didn't miss much. But I'm not going through all of that again just to show you those last couple of minutes of footage. But I'm hoping that even with the way it was edited, I managed to show you the best way to defeat all of the pre-Kefka forms. And this could go on for an hour just doing this, and it would make no difference at all, because you can choose when to press the A button. It's really not just up ahead. I remember the trip we've taken to come here. Sorry about that. My phone is irritating. Well, I don't know what that means. That does make sense, I suppose. I mean, Kefka absorbed all of their energy. He absorbed all of the magic from the Roaring Triad. I suppose the magic would disappear. But does that mean Terra will die? I don't know. Nice graphics. Wow! For a Game Boy Advance game. So, I hate to interrupt good music, but I might as well talk now, because I know people don't like it when someone talks through the cutscenes. Oh, that's nice. Having different images that suit the character in question, and I like that we're getting to find out their last names as well. But yeah, I might as well talk through this since this is the closing credits. I suppose you can always find an MP3 copy of this music if you want. I have to say the Dancing Mad music is absolutely brilliant. It's one of my favourite tracks from all of the Final Fantasy games. And Final Fantasy 15 is out. And I won't be playing it, because I don't have the right console. So there you go. Oh, that makes sense. As a thief, he would have a coin there. I'm sure that it should be clear to me whose image that is, but I'm not actually entirely certain. Now it's Sabin, I suppose. Makes sense since they're brothers to have them both together. See, this was supposed to only take a couple minutes. The airship was only supposed to be just ahead, but look at all the stuff we're going through. I like the fact they each have their own music as well. It's a nice touch. I'm not sure why Amaro's ones are bones. I suppose he's a carnivorous yeti. Well, I assume he's carnivorous. I wouldn't imagine much stuff grows in the mountains of Nashi, really. Too much snow. On the one hand, this might be my only chance to talk about stuff like how much I like the game and what's coming next on my channel. But on the other hand, I'm reluctant to spoil this great music. Look, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna say what I have to say, and if you miss something, well, I don't know. Maybe I can show you. I can make an extra special video just showing you this cutscene. I don't know. If it really bothers you, tell me, and I'll record an alternative version. Not sure what that one is supposed to represent. Anyway, yes, this has been a good game. This has actually been a really good game, and it's been nice that I haven't had to pay 11 quid for it on Steam. But yeah, this has been a good game. I think the music's been good. The characterization has been great. I like all of these characters. All of them are interesting. It's not just about liking the characters either. It's about how interesting characters are. That's always important to writing, whether you're writing a game or a novel or a film or whatever. And these are really fascinating characters and quite believable as well. You know, they all have their own strengths and faults and weaknesses, and they all do good things and bad things sometimes, and that's important. Well, apart from the bad guys who only do evil things. Never mind, the bad guys are quite interesting as well. And yeah, the music's great. I know I've interrupted some of the music occasionally, but I have tried to show some of this music off, and it's good music. Graphics are pretty good for a Game Boy Advance game, as I said. The storyline's great as well, I think. This is a plot that I've really enjoyed and really found interesting. I don't know what it's about in terms of ideological themes, in terms of what the story's about beyond the plot. You know, some films have a plot, but they're really about racism, or they're really about the environment, or whatever. Maybe it's about finding what makes you happy in life, and finding your own path in life. Or maybe it's about technology versus magic, and the evils that technology can have. I'm not sure. So yeah, I didn't feel that I could interrupt that thing with Tower and her father with my talking about nice music with Realm. But yeah, I I can't see a lot of faults with this game either. You know, I found some small faults with Final Fantasy VII, and some slightly larger faults with some of the other games, especially Final Fantasy VIII. But I can't see a lot of faults. The map is a bit of a pain, but then the maps for all the Final Fantasy games are a bit of a pain, really. But apart from difficulties in moving around the map, there aren't really any issues. I suppose I could say that the graphics aren't great compared to, say, Xbox One graphics, but then they're not gonna be, are they? Considering the limits of technology, as I say, I don't think these graphics are that bad. So I suppose I could say Kefka was a bit disappointing, but it was epic. Even if, you know, compared to the other 3 parts of battle that you get first, he was rather weak. It was still an epic final part of the battle, so 4th wall breaking there. Now I'll stop talking. Well, I might occasionally say, look at that blackness there outside the airship, that's beautiful. Some things can look beautiful without looking totally realistic. So if you're still interested in this after watching me play, I highly recommend it. It's a good game. I know I haven't given you much of a chance to listen to it, but this is one continuous piece of music. Again with different parts to it. So that's quite interesting. Different movements. Okay, I suppose I could have waited till now. I suppose the graphics are a little blocky now. Never mind. And I suppose I could say the cutscenes are too long, but then the cutscenes are interesting. And even when I maybe haven't shown them off to their greatest extent. And it's not like the other Final Fantasy games don't have phenomenally long cutscenes. I remember when I was playing Final Fantasy VII, final cutscene, it was like 12 o'clock at night when I started the final cutscene on that. It was like 12:30 at night when the final credits actually rolled. I actually finished the game. Man, Anyway, it looks like the world has gone back to where it was before it became the world of ruin. But yes, I might as well talk about the next game I'm going to do. At the moment, I'm planning to do Downfall as a game. It's an indie game, should be quite interesting. I'll talk more about it when I actually play. Now, for those of you who have been unimpressed with, even if you haven't complained that much, with the quality of the video and with these this weird lines thing at the top and the bottom of my videos, I would agree, it hasn't looked that great. That's because this was the best recorder I could find for recording Game Boy Advance footage with commentary over it that worked with my PC and my editor. But the next time, when I record Downfall, I'm going to be using the same recording equipment that I use for Fable. So that's going to be much higher video quality than this, and you won't have these lines at the top and the bottom of the screen. So that should be better. At some point I might go for another Final Fantasy game, since there are so many of them on Steam now, but not immediately, because this has been going on for over 75 episodes, and this isn't even one of the longest Final Fantasy games, so... And there's not going to be a big gap either, or at least I don't intend them to be one. Downfall should start fairly soon. I'm not going to wait until after Christmas for that. It's a nice shot of the back of the airship there. So overall, this hasn't been a perfect playlist. There've been a couple of episodes I've been disappointed in, but I think I'm learning, I'm learning and improving, and hopefully that means the Downfall is going to be even better. Have new life and rebuilding, and that was okay. That's a nice way to end it, I think. Would have preferred something a little less cliched and obvious, but I think that was Realm waving goodbye to us. I don't know how much longer I've got until the video ends, because it'll end once this thing says the end. So I'm just gonna say goodbye now. It's been a good Let's Play for the most part, and I've enjoyed recording it. And I will see you when I start the new one.